right. Shall we get into Richard Ojeda?
Absolutely, always. Constantly.
Big news, guys. Richard needs our support, and I'm here to announce the Blind Mike Project in the congressional race in 2026. We are putting our full support. I am fully endorsing Richard Ojeda for the congressional seat in North Carolina. I don't know which district. I probably don't know enough about it, but I am endorsing him fully. Craig, do you agree? Are you on board?
I have to.
Okay,
I disagree with everything that comes out of his mouth, but I have to.
I think we need this guy in Washington opening cans of whoop ass on these
Oh my
people.
God. If Trump says anything remotely negative about him specifically again, he might die.
Oh, yes. No, we need an Ojeda Trump showdown in Washington. So let's get this man there. It's very important. But I'm getting ahead of ourselves here. Let's ease into Richard Ojeda. We haven't talked about Richard in a while.
It has been a while, and I miss him.
What are we starting with?
Racist.
Yeah, well, this is I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Richard Ojeda seems to think that Donald Trump has some bigoted tendencies. And now he goes about it very subtly. But I think you guys will be able to pick up on some of the nuances in Richard's argument here.
So sick and tired of still watching people act like they support him that are people of color. Donald Trump does not like you. Donald Trump has a history of being friggin' racist. I can guarantee you, I bet you he says the N-word more than any damn body.
Hold on. We need that in Congress. Just an argument based on nothing. Just an argument based on no facts. Just him going, I bet you. I feel like that's probably true, is what Richard is saying.
So I do a news program every morning.
Yes.
And some of the shit coming off the left's televisions lately, the left's channels, has been some of the most racist shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Are you implying that it's racist to go, what's wrong with you people?
No, I'm talking about.
Why are you people voting for him?
Did you see the female bishop do that?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
She was like, who's going to clean your office building? And then some other lady.
Well, we've been talking about this. Remember, we did this with Stuttering John and Ojeda, where they're like, good luck having someone pick your fruit.
Yeah.
No white person's going to do that. It's like, that's why you want minorities in this country to pick your fruit and clean your toilets?
Last week, some lady on a CNN panel was like, I can't wait to see what suburban white women do when they can't find blueberries for their smoothies. I'm just like, oh my.
Yeah, no, it's not at all racist to say, hey, those menial jobs are for the Browns. Who else is going to do them? Not us pure whites.
If you just get it on paper, Trump's like, hey, come here legally and everything's fine. Racist.
Not on our watch.
Guarantee you, I bet you he says the N-word more than any damn body because he doesn't like you people of color. And how some of you people would even be willing to go out and support him. And where's Forgiato Blow? Where's he at? Where's all these dumbass friggin' rappers and friggin' Latino rappers?
Oh no, Richard.
Where they at?
Richard, you're starting to sound like Craig.
I don't sound like I'm not.
You're not a racist. Don't quote very good show. Where are all these friggin' rappers?
Why are they rapping for him?
Let's round them up.
He's like, okay, we have Eminem. That's about it.
I assume Richard also gets upset when rappers endorse the other candidate, right?
How
I'm
often
sure it goes both ways, where he says, hey, separate the art, people.
How often did he say the N-word when he was a child?
Richard?
Yeah.
We asked him, never.
Yeah, I know, but we want the real answer.
And friggin' Latino rappers that were rapping for Donald Trump. Where are they at now? Where are they at? Because
there's a tinge of racism in talking about rappers and going, where are they at?
The ones you're talking about, Richard, may be back on the other side of the border.
Where are your homeboys at?
Where are the fellas?
Your family members They're rounding your folks up. So where are you at? They're quiet.
I cannot wait for this shit to come up in a debate.
Oh my God. Richard would be such a great debater. And I got to say, people have been looking, I guess it's useless now because Trump is in office and can't run again. But like, people were looking for the left's answer to Donald Trump. We're looking at him.
He's right there staring
It's
at
this man. He's off his rocker in the most beautiful way. Like, he could rally people.
He really could.
And Richard has some ideas that aren't as like Richard has gotten absorbed in anti-Trump. Like his whole world is whatever Trump says, I have to say the opposite. But Richard was like kind of a radical guy who was going against the establishment. That's why he voted for Trump originally.
Right.
So like somewhere in that brain, I think there's some good, he could be like a Bernie Sanders type Democratic candidate where he has the loons on their side, the radicals on their side. I think some momentum could happen for Richard. He probably needs to stop saying the stuff about the brown people picking fruit. But
He was such a Republican and changed every stance he's ever stood for because Trump made fun of him a little bit.
he was a wacko.
And that was it. And now everything he ever believed is opposite.
Well, again, Richard was a guy, he wasn't a Republican or a Democrat, I don't think. He was a guy that was for change. He didn't like the way things were going, and he wanted someone out there to shake things up. And now I think that man is Richard Ojeda. I think we got to put our power behind him.
Well, let's put it this way. You know some of the people that are getting kicked out of the military now that Trump's in office?
Sure.
You think Ojeda wants to be in a foxhole with them? I don't think so.
Well, he says he would. So
Yeah, that's why I think he's lying.
I didn't hear this tough guy when we had Richard on. I didn't hear you
what am
poking
I
him in the chest.
What are we going to do? He's just going to scream. I guess that would be worth it. I guess.
Yeah.
This is
Craig
it.
walks out. Craig storms out of Richard Ojeda interview.
Yeah, that would have got some clicks.
Well, we'll definitely have him on when it's closer to his once he boots things up. We got to have him back.
Oh, 1,000%. I'm gonna even buy like a Kamala Harris shirt for that interview and just like let's gas this motherfucker up.
Put our Tar Heels hats on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I probably will have Tar Heels gear on. I'm a Belichick fan.
Yeah, me too. I finally have a college to root for.
Yeah.
It's more than un-American than what Donald Trump does. Fact. And oh, by the way, I love it because Donald Trump's approval rating is in free fall mode.
No, it's not.
And every day it gets worse.
He's been in office for like 2 weeks.
And his approval rating is pretty good. You're probably looking at Biden's maybe.
I'm going to tell you right now. Let me tell you something. You write them Republicans. You write them Republicans in your state. You write your Republican.
How dare you?
Write them a murder threat.
I double dare you, motherfucker.
If you vote for this, we as a nation will curb stomp your ass.
You let them know that if they continue licking this guy's boots, do not darken your doorstep when it's time for him to get reelected.
I don't know that analogy. Is that a phrase I should know?
No idea. No
Not
clue.
darken your doorstep. That's what Trump's trying to do.
Does that mean shut the light off so no one touches you? Maybe. Oh, that's probably what it is. Actually.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to go after every single one of these Republicans that lick this guy's friggin' boots. And I can't wait because y'all know I'm going to run.
Yeah.
In his face every daggone time I see him.
The idea of Richard just pacing outside
Oval Office.
outside the Oval Office. I gotta talk to this motherfucker.
Oh, dude, I would pay so much money to watch Trump giving a speech from the Oval Office and Ojeda's head pop out of the bush outside the window.
I think every day he would be in the ear of Trump's assistant or whoever that would be. Get me on the books with him. Get me a meeting.
This next clip is called "Get Ready."
Okay, so we know Ojeda is running. He hasn't officially announced it. He's alluded to it. The official announcement's coming later. Again, this is the 2026 election, so He's got a little time, but he's gassing us up. And we have people in North Carolina, right? We must.
You sure do.
Come on. Put a 1 in the chat if you're from North Carolina.
And are going to vote for him.
Yeah. And even if you're not, just pretend you are. What's the difference? You know?
I mean, I do a show every morning at Newsmax, and I'm begging you to vote for this guy.
Yeah. You got to get this guy. I've been telling you for years. You got to get him on Jerry's podcast.
That's the way. That's the way is when he's running for Congress. Be like, Jerry, I got this guy running for Congress.
These two, they're the same guy, by the way.
And
Jerry and
like,
Richard Ojeda are the same guy. They're just opposite voting.
And I'll be like, listen, all of the topics you sent me, throw them in the trash. We're talking to him for an hour.
Facebook alone. So everybody, please make sure you're following me on Facebook. Make sure you're following me on YouTube. Make sure that you're following Turn Left Pack on Facebook, on YouTube. We have a lot of videos going on, stuff like that. And get ready, because in the very near future, folks, I'm going to be announcing, and we're going to fight this battle. We're going to fight this battle, and I'm going to need everybody that listens to me. I'm going to need all of y'all. You know, I'm going to need you all helping me share everything that I post. Mm-hmm. I need you guys to be paying attention to everything that I do.
You got it.
We'll be paying attention, baby. You have our vote, Richard. I might move to North Carolina just to vote for Richard.
Hey, if we go now, we can be there like for a long enough time to be able to vote.
Yeah.
Because we have to educate everybody, especially the people in my district, because we can win this. We can flip a seat from red to blue, and make no mistake about it. If I go to Washington, D.C., I'll tell you the things I'm going to do. And I'm going to tell you, when I push something, if they act like they're not going to let it be red on the floor, I'll stand up and I'll do it my damn self. And I'll get the people.
Yes!
That's exactly what I did in West Virginia when it comes to medical cannabis. And I got that damn bill passed in my first 60 days. Because why? Because ain't nobody
loves mentioning
I can't do. That's a fact. Folks, y'all be good to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow. Sappers clear the way, airborne
all the way. Hell yeah, baby. Can you imagine a world where Steve Robinson is live streaming one of these boring congressional and Richard Ojeda stands up and says, "Y'all wait a minute now. I ain't done."
He comes out. I ain't done with you, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Dude, Bernie Mac.
Oh, is that my dream for Steve to be live commenting on that?
I mean, he can't lie about how entertaining he is.
No. I think Steve would love him.
I hope so.
but Richard Ojeda standing up as they're like, "All right, meeting adjourned." They're about to bang that gavel. And Richard's like, nah.
Oh my God.
Hold on one goddamn second.
This is the way to get him on Jerry's show.
I'm telling you, yeah, it has to be done.
Before I would have been like, he does like a Facebook show. You'd been like, no, like he's running for Congress. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible.
I think Richard would wipe the floor with Jerry, if I'm being quite honest.
I think they would just both start screaming at each other. I don't know if they would be like a winner, really.
This guy's a wacko.
The fuck you just said? Like he just passes after. That's his trigger.
All right, so we have a couple examples of when Elon is dealing with the empty suits down in Washington, how he might approach them, right?
Yep.
Those are the rest of our Ojeda clips. Where this might be a little taste of when Richard has a problem with a fellow congressman or senator or something. Maybe finally gets to meet with Donald Trump. This is how he'll approach that. So this is him talking about Elon Musk, right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
All right. Remember, folks, from here on out, it's called swastikar. Yeah. Every time you speak about one of those Tesla.
Is Richard all right? He's coughing.
He sounds like he's dying.
They're getting me. They heard I'm running for office. They couldn't handle it.
It's so funny how like Democrat filled this Trump cabinet was. They're just all switching.
True. Maybe Richard will be one of them.
Oh, that'd be
Wouldn't that be great if Trump just complimented Richard and he comes on with a MAGA hat and he's like, "Yo, we need to round these people up and get them out of our country. They're breaking the law."
This is Trump's long play just to call him a wacko on national television.
Elon Musk vehicles, call it a swastika. Yeah, and once again, if Elon Musk doesn't believe that was a Heil Hitler salute, then let him go to Berlin, Germany, stand in front of the Brandenburg Gate and wave at every car just like that as it passes by. It won't take 5 minutes for somebody to kick his guts loose.
That's the kind of talk we need in Washington.
Yeah.
They suppressed Bernie Sanders because he was a pussy. He let Hillary Clinton walk all over him.
Yes,
this guy, let him loose. I will stomp your guts out.
And whatever.
This guy's running for Congress and might win, and he has hours and hours of him actively threatening people in high-ranking government positions.
That's my one thing about this. It's like it's not going to be long to people realize like he's actually unfit.
No, but I think Richard is running at a level where Congress is a level where, unless it hits the right eyes, like people aren't going to try to take him down necessarily.
Well, if we start tweeting more about him,
yeah,
maybe.
No, we're pro Richard. Guys, nothing to see here is our motto.
Yeah, nothing to see here. We're just gonna tweet out stuff that we're like, you should vote for this.
Yeah.
And he's like, Trump should be shot. Put that out there.
Yeah, maybe don't put that out there on my podcast, but
no, we're not saying that. Ojeda is, but we gotta tweet out to be like, this is what we're voting for.
I understand.
This is our last clip of the day.
Yeah, so he also talks about Eric Trump. Now, this is something he's been teasing for a while. He has been Don King to his daughter's uninformed boxer for many years. Now, she's his pit bull, where he threatens to let loose his daughter at no expense. And it's no different here with Eric Trump, where this really comes out of nowhere. Unless I'm missing the context or something, I don't know how he comes to this solution with Eric Trump.
Did you see Eric Trump's post that he deleted? It said, to all who dare to defy the American golden age, heed this warning. You will lose. Toe the line. He misspelled the word toe, by the way. Or we will hunt you down. The gloves are off, and we are not playing around this time. For now, it's tariffs. But trust me, we can and we will do so much worse. Let me tell you something. My daughter could kick the dog shit. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Even after I found the clip, I set it up, I told you guys about it, and I still forgot it went that direction. It comes out of nowhere, where he's like, my daughter would kick the shit out of this boy.
Kick the dog shit.
Why? Where is that coming from?
I don't know, but it's hilarious.
But I need him threatening to kick the dog shit out of Jim Jordan or Jim Justice or whoever these people are that he hates.
We need to get on Ojeda 26 shirts.
Who's is Marjorie Taylor Greene in Congress?
Yes.
Okay, so that's probably his most hated ally. That would be a good showdown.
Yeah,
versus Marge the Trainwreck Green.
Just imagine the Tasmanian devil in Congress. Throwing fits.
That would be so great. If done right, there would be Ojeda news every day. It would be very exciting.
Anytime he gets like those hearings where they get to ask questions would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
You imagine Ojeda asking fucking Pete Hegseth questions.
Yes. It was threatened that the Speaker of the House would have his guts stomped out today as Congressman Richard Ojeda took the podium.
We have one last super chat here. Cliff F, $2. I'll look forward to Ojeda commercials in 26.
That's very exciting. Yeah. Ooh. We should have HACKRIDE film those for him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell Ojeda we want to make some commercials for his congressional run. There might be rules against that for him, but we'll see.
HACKRIDE says Ojeda would be like the 78th weirdest person in Congress, not even top 50.
But are any of them as open about it as Ojeda?
Not to my knowledge, but we're also hyper focused on him.
True, that's fair, yeah. But are there people that will openly say, like, I'll have my daughter beat the shit out of you?
Someone in the first family.
My daughter versus your son. And then he goes on, he's talking about what an idiot Eric Trump is. The clip doesn't quite, I didn't pull it because it doesn't quite make sense.
Mhm.
But like, he's like, Eric Trump's an idiot. He goes, I bet Barron Trump's an idiot. He's like going after the youngest kid.
I want to see a stare down between those two. He's him just looking up at the building that is barren.
Yeah, so that we've our full backing, Richard. All jokes aside, you've got our endorsement here on the Blind Mike Project. Our candidate for 2026 is officially Richard Ojeda. Lock it in, folks. Move to North Carolina and vote Richard.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.